Isabella Moore had always been an outsider in her own life. Born and raised in a small English village, she had grown up surrounded by rolling hills and the quiet, predictable rhythm of rural England. But while her neighbors found comfort in the familiar, Isabella felt a persistent tug at her heart, a yearning for something else she couldn't quite name. That something came in the form of music, sweet, soulful Jamaican music. From the first time she heard the rhythm of reggae on an old vinyl record at a friend's house, Isabella was hooked. The infectious beats, the smooth melodies, and the heartfelt lyrics transported her to a world far from the gray skies of England. She started collecting records, immersing herself in the sounds of Bob Marley, Jimmy Cliff, and Toots and the Maytals. Each song felt like a breath of fresh air, a window into a vibrant, colorful world she longed to know. Isabella's love for Jamaican music only deepened as the years passed. She would play it for her two sons, Ethan and Oliver, who would dance around the living room, their laughter filling the house. The music became a constant in their lives, a sheer joy that connected them in a special way. But as much as she cherished these moments, Isabella couldn't shake the feeling that she was missing something, that the music was calling her to experience the place from which it came. It was a crazy idea, one that her friends and family dismissed as a fleeting fantasy. But for Isabella, the pull toward Jamaica grew stronger with each passing day. She started researching the island, reading about its culture, history, and people. Though she knew no one living in Jamaica and had no connection to the island beyond the music she loved, Isabella felt an unexplainable connection to the place. One day, after months of contemplation, she made a decision that would change her life forever. She packed up her belongings, sold her small cottage, and booked 3 one-way tickets to Jamaica. It was a leap of faith, driven by nothing more than a deep, instinctual belief that this was where she and her sons were meant to be. The day they arrived in Jamaica, Isabella felt a mix of excitement and fear. The island was everything she had imagined: lush, green landscapes, vibrant markets, and the unmistakable sound of reggae drifting through the air. But it was also foreign and overwhelming. The culture, the people, even the weather were all different from what she and her sons were used to. For the first few weeks, Isabella struggled. She knew nothing of the local customs, the food, or the way of life. The language, though English, was spoken with a thick accent and peppered with patois, words that she didn't understand. Her boys, while resilient, had moments of homesickness, missing the familiar comforts of their old life. Isabella wondered if she had made a mistake. But then something incredible happened. The island, which had seemed so intimidating at first, began to open up to her. The neighbors, initially curious about the white Englishwoman who had moved into their community, started to introduce themselves, offering help and advice. A local woman named Miss Ruby took Isabella under her wing, teaching her how to cook traditional Jamaican dishes and showing her around the market. The vibrant colors of fresh produce and the lively atmosphere quickly became a favorite part of Isabella's new life. Her sons, too, began to adjust. They made friends with the local children, learning to play football on the beach and joining in on the neighborhood games. They quickly picked up bits of patois, their laughter echoing through the streets as they embraced their new surroundings. The music that had brought them here was everywhere, more alive and authentic than Isabella had ever imagined. One evening, as she sat on a couch of her modest home, watching her boys play in the yard, Isabella felt a sense of peace she had never known before. The sweet strains of reggae floated through the air from a nearby house, blending with the sound of the ocean waves. This was where she was meant to be, she realized. The music had led her here, to a place where she and her sons could build a new life, one filled with joy, community, and the rhythms of Jamaica. Isabella still had much to learn about the island and its culture, but she was no longer afraid. She had followed her heart, and in doing so had found a place where she and her boys could truly belong. Jamaica, with its warmth, its music, and its people, had become her home, or their home. This is Enchanting Nubianette. Thanks for watching.